Okay, hello, my name's Chad. I'm going to put up some videos each week of some teaching material that I've been using teaching English in Korea and showing how I can, or how I have used it as well in Australia during practicums and things like that while I'm trying to get my diploma of teaching for primary. Some of this stuff translates really well actually to the Australian curriculum for mathematics, for English and things like that. So I'll be putting up ideas. I'll try and put one video up each week, and this is going to be the first one. I'm going to show you how I play this particular activity, or I'm going to show you how I do this particular activity. It's a time-telling activity with a fixed hand on the 12 on the clock there to make it easier for the younger kids to use their numbers to guess the time, or to tell the time, I should say. And it works pretty well. I'll put up in the description there where it relates to the Australian curriculum and how it's used. I'll also try and put up a bit of a lesson plan for it on my website that you can look at, which I'll put in the description below. So here we go. Okay, step one, making the clock face. So I've got this saucepan lid to use with my permanent marker to just trace a nice circle out on. Doesn't have to be particularly flash. And I am going to have to wash this saucepan straight away afterwards. But you just go around like you do, draw your nice circle around that way. Voila, there we go, nice circle, lovely. Put that aside. Okay, get rid of the marker, I don't need that just yet. Next I'm just gonna use this here little ruler to find an approximate center for this circle to pin the hands to. So this is about 24 centimeters in diameter, so I'm just gonna draw a bit of a pencil line that way. And go back over this way and sort of roughly get it in the middle. Doesn't have to be super duper accurate. I mean, I'm not making a Swiss chronometer or anything here. Okay. Yep. I definitely would not get a job working for Rolex. Okay. So there's our center. That's pretty easy. Next thing we want to do is just find how we're going to put the numbers in here. We want them to be nice and evenly spaced so it does look like a clock. We're going to divide this up, this circle. So how I do this is I generally find the halfway point and just, draw a bit of a line very lightly with a pencil down there. And then find a halfway point across here, so we're dividing the circle into roughly even quarters. There we go. So now I've got my 12 and my 6 and my 3 and my 9. So I know where they are, so that's pretty good. Now I can place the rest of the numbers accordingly. So placing the rest of the numbers, how I'm going to do that, I just divide these quarters into, I'll add 2 more lines to it basically. So I get 10 o'clock's going to be about there, and 4 o'clock's going to be opposite it. So there we go. Okay. And then I can go over here and say, well, that's roughly halfway between there and there, so that's going to be 11 o'clock, and this is going to be 5 o'clock down here. Sweet. Okay. Do the same with the other 2 quarters. So I'm going to say that that's going to be 1 o'clock about there. Yeah. That's going to make that about 7 there, where my pencil is. And then one more to go. I'm going to put 2 o'clock about there, 8 o'clock about there, and there we go. Now it's not exactly 100% accurate, but that's, that doesn't really matter so much. Okay, so that's where I'm going to put my numbers. Next I'm just going to write those in my scrawlish writing that I have. Okay. Okay, so we've got our numbers on there now. Pretty good. Sorry if you can hear noise in the background. My youngest son just woke up and he's watching Dora the Explorer while Pa does this for a little while. So I want to make a little hole for the hands to go in. I'm going to use this my Victorinox pocket knife, Swiss Army knife thing. It's got like I believe they call this an awl or a reamer or something. Anyway, it's good for knocking holes in cardboard. I use it a lot. Of course, put this on your cutting mat. Makes it nice so you don't have to drill holes through your work table or dining room table, wherever you happen to be doing this. Okay, so I've got a nice hole through there. I can jam a split pin in that. That's going to be grand right there. So that's pretty good. Happy with that. Let's go on to the next part, which is making the hands. To do that, I'm going to cut off this extra bit of card off the top here. So I'll use the old ruler for that and come back in a second when that's done. Better to use a metal ruler when you're using a razor of any type. Metal rulers are better because the razor won't get stuck in it and you won't cut your fingers. Well, in theory anyway. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so got that excess board cut off. Sorry, it's getting dark here now, the sun's going down. We'll make do. I'll try and get this done quickly without hurting myself. We want to make the hour hand out of this. It's got to be fairly short. I want to fit this pencil stub on there. I'm going to use the little NT cutter or box cutter or whatever you call these things again. Draw out the shape roughly and yeah, cut it out. Away we go. So I'm just going to do that. I might actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to time lapse this or something. That might be fun because the phone does that. All this technological stuff is very exciting for me. I'm not really a technological person, but doing all of this is very helpful. Okay, that's probably the hardest step because the cardstock's pretty thick, as you can see. It's probably about 2-3 mils thick there. So there's a lot of cutting involved. But that's going to be our hour hand. Pretty simple. Next thing I'm going to do is drill a little hole in that with the awl and attach our pencil stub here with some hot glue. And yeah, and then we'll colour in the clock after that and then attach it to the clock. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have our assembly for the hour hand. We'll put that on in a little while, but first we're going to divide the hours up into colours. So we're going to make triangle-shaped wedges of colour and just alternate them so that the kids can easily differentiate what hour the hour hand's pointing at while they're playing the game. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that very quickly in time-lapse again because, you know, it's fun to use time-lapse. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so just to show you what I did there really quickly, I basically just drew a line down here between these two numbers, just to make a wedge shape so that I can colour that in around the 12 there. And I did that with all of these numbers. I don't know if you can see that very well in the video. The iPhone seems to pick it up okay. But that's it. Okay, so now I'm going to colour it in. So this will be fun. Time lapse again. Tally-ho. Okay, we're just going to finish up pretty quickly because my little fella's awake. He's very impatient. He wants me to read him a story. And it is his day today, so I should be doing that. So I'll do this quick. I'm going to pin this onto here and just see if it spins. Hopefully it will. So we take our splint pin, we give it a bit of a push through the hole there, take it at the back. Let's see, put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Split it. Oh, that is sharp. Hence, that's why we've got the gaff tape waiting there to put on. So I grab some of that now, stick it on the back here. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it tastes horrible. There we go. Put some of that there, maybe 2 just to be double safe. There we go. So that'll hold it there nicely. I've had that other clock you saw there, I've been using that for about a year and it's done all right. It'll be pretty stiff at first, so you've got to give it a bit of a spin to loosen it up. If you're making a few of these, you know, it can be a little bit time consuming, but in the end you can keep this and use it, you know, next year in your classes, so it's pretty good. Anyway, that's the clock. The cards I'm gonna put a link to a little file on my website so you can get a bunch of these little number cards if you don't feel like typing them up yourselves. And that's the start. So I hope you enjoyed that video. It's been very helpful for me because it's all about sort of me preserving my ideas on some sort of format I can access over and over again, and also getting used to using computers and cell phones and things like that to become familiar with the technology. I'm a bit of a technophobe, which I do have to get over, and I am, slowly. So here we go. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want, like it. I don't know what that does exactly, but everyone says that on the end of their videos, so I'll say please like and subscribe. Okay, thank you very much. Have a lovely day, and tune in next week if you thought that was any good. See ya. Bye bye. Here's an addendum. Because I'm such a genius, I actually forgot to draw in the minute hand, didn't I? So I'm doing that very quickly, very rough, because that's me. Here I go, drawing in a minute hand. There it goes, up to 12. Beautiful. There we go, colour it in. I found my chisel tip permanent marker, which makes life just wonderful. You can hear my son in the background there. I've got 2 of them. So the weekends, it's really their time, but there we go. So that'll work now. Sorry about that, I forgot that. I'm shaking the camera around. Anyway, goodbye again. Thanks very much.